Hey there, Pisces. So I did all the water signs first. This is Psychic Hunter David Williamson. This is for July 2024. Sorry that it's late. I've been very busy. For you Pisces people, remember you've had Saturn go retrograde now with Neptune. Neptune's going to take till the first week and a half of December to go direct. Saturn is going to be sleeping till the 16th of November. This is a big, big period for you guys over reassessing, acknowledging, waiting. It's a bit of a waiting game. You also have the eclipses moving to the Virgo Pisces scene starting this fall. So this is a really important transition that you're moving into that will affect you over the course of the next 2 years. That's right, folks, 24 months, June for 24 months. It'll be 18 months from when the nodes and everything really start to take control. So the North Node will move to Pisces after February, late January into February 2025. That's destiny kicking in. And actually you're in the better position, Pisces, because you're going to have the North Node there, which means if you let the universe sort of, guide you and you put it out there a clear enough request, things will happen that will be quite dynamic. So let's just look here at your first direction. You have harmony as well. So the same thing Scorpio had. And you can't fake this. So you've got harmony. This means keeping things consistent. Asking yourself, why would you need to create dogma? Why do you need to create conflict? Is it you feel you're not being heard? And every time I get into Pisces, there's always these struggles that they seem to run into. And I mean, I know Saturn's a tough ass. I mean, it's a tough haul to have Saturn through Pisces. It's a very tough haul. And that's not going to change until you get through your birthday, 2026. So you better get used to it. It's teaching you to be humble. So let's get on now with the Rider Deck Tarot. I always do 6 for the month ahead. And we're going to take a peek at what is going on for you Pisces. Ooh, the beginning, release. There you are, Pisces. Your Queen card, your Court card. Yeah, you got some decisions to make in here. The first thing that's going on in the reading in here is nowhere to go except to let go. So this can be a really interesting energy because what it represents in a reading is it represents that even though maybe you could stay and you could battle, or you could stay and you could fight, or you could stay and continue, you're saying, now I'm out of here. And that was a little bit in your reading with me last month or the month before, that you're getting to this station in your life where it's like, I'm picking this pop stand, it is not working for me, I don't feel fulfilled, I'm starting to acknowledge and recognize what the hell am I fighting for. And that has a lot to do with Saturn and Neptune going retrograde now through December. So I just want you to recognize that this is part of the story. This is not wrong, this is part of it. Then you've got, of course, one of the Court cards that represents you. Queen of Cups is water element. I still think this is a gal versus a guy. I know others would disagree with me, but I do believe that this is a gal. And it can be a recipient if you yourself watching are a female Pisces. This can be you. And I would just sort of say that, you're thinking deeply and quite hard about life direction. Then you've got Judgment as well. So we're going into that period anyway. The energy that's already begun, that will carry out right through until December. The whole world's going through it. Pluto's going backward to Capricorn again for a bit. This also will affect you Pisces because Pluto will sit in Saturn. Saturn's in the constellation of Pisces. So there's a lot of this, where do I go from here? What do I do with the rest of my life? That becomes very clear at the end of November. And I'm sure the world's waiting to see the American election too. So there's a lot going down. But the Judgment means where we have been true to oneself. Where have we been true to ourselves? To thine own self be true. Be honest and true to yourself. Connect to self and ask yourself, are you living your joy? Are you just existing, waiting to a conclusion? Be strong about this. Then you've got the Hierophant, or the High Priestess, sorry. The High Priestess, the Hierophant is the male version of this. So the High Priestess to me is also psychic intervention. It's astrological influence. Effects of powerful dreams, your own psyche, your own intuition. Well, Pisces are very psychic. They don't agree with it, but they are. Pay attention to that. Little bit of a fallout. There's an individual in your reading in here. The individual is Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. And the fascinating thing in here with this High Priestess, this Judgment High Priestess, psychic, spiritual, you're actually feeling that you end up starting to compete, argue, or have conflict. You're almost feeling as though you're forced to defend yourself with somebody that you thought was on your team. So whomever the woman is, this Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini, be careful, because somebody isn't batting for you in the future. whether it means you have difficulty with a family member that's Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini, whether this is a professional conflict. This means you're feeling as though you have to defend yourself, where you thought, hey, I thought you were batting for me. Things turn around. I want to take out one more card about this because I want to see where that lies. And on the bottom of the deck is Justice, which can mean court and legalities. So let me just see what this is here. Holding too tightly, clinging too tightly, being stubborn and obstinate, not willing to work with. So it's also foundations. I would just sort of say, again, your reading begins with this. Like, I've had enough. Like, what am I fighting for? I think the thing you have to understand in here, I think what's happening, Pisces, is a lot of this is saying to me, why be stubborn if you're not fulfilled? Why be stubbornly obstinate and controlled if you're not fulfilled in your life and you're not happy? If you're miserable and complaining, how are you enjoying your experience? Anyway, you heard it here first. Please try to have a great July. Listen to what I'm talking about. Work on self. Free yourself up. I am available for personal consultations. All that info will be beneath. And I wish you guys the best. And I'll be back up with your weeklies tomorrow. I wish you guys the best. Cheers.